So you might be wondering why I'm standing outside my complex alone with a bunch of camera equipment. I need his help because I may have done something. Welcome to Mostly Motion, and I was supposed to test the GWM-P series today, but unfortunately it was not available due to coronavirus and so on. Luckily I've got friends in the motor industry and they're going to hook me up with something very nice. Jaco's on his way. He didn't tell me exactly what he's going to be bringing through today. All I know is it's going to be automatic and it's going to be something that's going to film nice. I'm also going to tell you about this camera that I'm using. There he is. There he is. Oh, nice.
The car Jaco brought was a 2011 Toyota FJ Cruiser. It's got 166,000 kilometers on, and this one is for sale with its 4-liter V6 petrol engine and 4-wheel drive coolness factor. You can buy this for 279,000 Rand. And then the reason we needed such an epic car for today is because of this, the Dji Pocket 2. So I got the Creator combo and it comes with a bunch of accessories. This is the DJI Osmo Pocket 2 and that's the do-it-all handle. It's actually only that big and it's tiny. It has a little LCD screen over there which you can see me through, and I'll explain how it works in a little more detail. So there are a million of unboxing videos on the internet and I'm not going to do it. It comes with some accessories, a wireless microphone and a very small wide-angle lens, all conveniently stored in a pocket-sized case. So we've got the Pocket all mounted up right in the front of the dash there. We've got a monitoring system right here on a cell phone, and I've got a lavalier mic plugged in, and we're about to take the FJ Cruiser out for a test drive. So, the challenge, to see how many creative shots and what an epic video I can make of the FJ Cruiser using the DJI Pocket 2. Let's take it for a drive. I'm going to try and get as many shots as possible with the Osmo Pocket 2. You should be able to see it moving around and trying to balance the gimbal. It is on a suction cup mount, a GoPro suction cup mount, connected to the windscreen there as I just showed you. And it's not smooth sailing. It's shaking around quite a bit. But we'll see how much that gimbal can stabilize and how much smoother it can make normal shots look. So many people have asked me, well, why don't you use a GoPro? Well, the answer for a GoPro is depth of field. Did you see how it blurred out there a little bit? It should have. And the auto-focusing situation makes it a lot better, as well as this thing's got a gimbal on it. Imagine the shots we're gonna get with that. Well, we're about to find out. So one of the first things that I wanted to test out with the DJI Pocket 2 is you're leisurely driving around and suddenly you see something cool, which I don't at the moment, but I'm going to demonstrate anyway. Tap on that, turns around, and it shows you what's happening in the front here. You can also see how big the bumps are there. Isn't that pretty cool? I was never really that interested in the original Osmo Pocket because of its narrow field of view and not having the ability to connect a proper microphone. The original microphones were really not good at all. The other thing that's quite nice about this is that you get in the Creator Combo a wide angle lens, which makes this 20mm lens even wider. So there are basically endless mounting spots in a car like this. You are limited to your mounts and your creativity. That was pretty creative, I would say. Still very shaky around. I don't know if you can see the gimbal doing this, but it's looking pretty good on the monitor here. It's like having a film crew inside your vehicle. I can focus outside, and I can focus on myself, all while driving. You can't do that with a GoPro. You can't even focus with a GoPro. Well, it's so far so good for both the DJI Pocket 2 and the FJ Cruiser. But it's 12:30 in the afternoon, it's 32 degrees, and the sun is blaring down. Can the Pocket 2 stand the test of harsh sunlight and detailed shots? We're about to find out. So I've pulled over here. It's a beautiful spot with a great background, and it's really, really sunny. We're going to try and get some detailed shots, some epic shots of the FJ Cruiser with the Pocket 2. So if I'm being honest, I definitely had my doubts, but I've been so impressed by the DJI Pocket 2 today, especially in the conditions of harsh sunlight. I came out here especially during that time of the day because it's difficult to film anything. Otherwise you get blown out skies or you don't get a focus on your subject, which in today's case is the FJ Cruiser. And I haven't even gotten to my favorite part yet. With the little Creator Combo, you get a wide angle lens that you can just pop on there, and you could have an interview in the car. You could have a second person sitting here and you'd be able to see them just fine. Now, having played around with this DJI Pocket 2 for a bit, it reminded me of another feature that it claims to have, and that's the ability to track objects. So I'm going to be driving along and just give you an idea of what's going on in the front here while we look for a place to test said active track. I would just like to once again thank Jaco from the auto dealer for lending us this FJ Cruiser, and you could be the proud owner of it. It's a 2011 model with 166,000 kilometers on for 279,000 Rand. For inquiries, you can talk to Jaco. I've got his details in this video. If you're wondering what road this is, we're driving on the road back to Nelspruit from Kaapstad, and it's a beautiful stretch of road. Really, really, really stunning scenery. So it is starting to rain, and before we put all the toys away, there are a couple of small things that I would still like to try. The zoom, the sound a little bit further away, the audio, and then obviously that tracking mode. So now we're at twice zoom in 4K. I'm going to engage the the auto tracking function around this bit here, and now usually when the guys do tracking function tests, they run around like buffoons and they look silly. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drive around and look cool. See if it tracks me, put it into gear, and slowly move forward. It is still tracking. It should become more difficult to track now. That is very impressive. What about going backwards? So I'm not controlling the gimbal at all now. It's being controlled by the tracking function, who's trying to find my window over here. Let's see how far it will be willing to do that. Put it in drive again. So instead of running up and down, I'm driving up and down, which is a lot cooler. Auto tracking DJI, well done. Let's see how far it tracks it this time. Still tracking it. Still tracking it this time. That's a lot better. It's been tracked the whole time. This is very, very well done, DJI. I am thoroughly impressed. So how do you think the DJI Pocket 2 did as a professional video camera? Remember, we could have used DSLRs and gimbals, but we decided not to, and we used the DJI Pocket 2. I think it did a fantastic job, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching Mostly Motion.